Now, so far, we've seen that the weapons of our warfare are truth, righteousness, the gospel of peace, and faith. So what else is there? You need the helmet of salvation. Oh, what's that about? How does that make any sense? A helmet protects your head, right? Back when I used to work in the power sports in the motorcycle business, I'd ask customers shopping for a helmet, do you have a $10 head or a $500 head? Typically, the less expensive helmet, the less protection you're going to get. Most injuries are easy enough to get over, but head trauma is a totally different story. Your head, your brain, is the seat of your soul, your mind, will, and emotions. You have to protect your soul. When we don't protect our mind, when we don't protect our thought processes, our will, our desire to act, and our emotions, and if the devil can get any kind of foothold on any of them, we're in trouble. And here's the thing. That word salvation is talking about applied salvation. The direct application of God's salvation. Well, answer me this. If salvation is just getting to go to heaven when you die and leave this earth, how in the world is that possible? How is applied salvation possible? Doesn't make much sense, does it? How could it possibly be applied? How is salvation applied in the heat of battle or an ongoing conflict? That's because it's not just, quote unquote, living in heaven with Jesus after you leave this earth. Having solely that viewpoint of salvation is like having a $10 helmet. Salvation in the Greek is soteria, Strong's 4991. It is deliverance, preservation, it is safety, health. According to Help's word studies, it is physical or moral rescue or safety. Strong's exhaustive tells us that it is derived from sozo in the Greek, 4982. And that means to save, to cure, to get well, make well, heal, preserve, recover, restore. Like we talked about last time, make whole. Will that take place when you get to heaven? Yes, absolutely, of course it will. Based on this, God's applied salvation, should it happen here on earth? Yes, absolutely, of course it should. Eternal life, as it is called in John 3:15, doesn't simply refer to the afterlife like most people think that it does. It's age-long, unending. It refers to the quality, the reality of God's life at work in the believer. It operates inside, outside, and beyond time. Eternal life begins the very moment that you accept Jesus. So having wrapped yourself up, girded yourself in God's truth, in His Word, having aligned yourself with Him, having gotten ready to move based on His promises of wholeness, having taken up your shield of faith, you have to protect your soul, your mind, will, and emotions with God's applied salvation, His active salvation. Encompass your soul, surround it, protect it with God's promises, and act in that salvation. And as always, friends, practice the love of God.